Hey guys, hope you're well. Today I just thought I'd do a video just covering a few different things. Just going to go with the flow a little bit here. So this is directly aimed at sort of guys who are looking, who sort of feel a little bit maybe lost in Civvy Street, feel a little bit like they're not reaching their full potential. They want to do something, they're not sure what to do. Maybe it's the military, maybe it's traveling, a goal, something like a new job. And the biggest thing, when I look back at when I was sort of in this similar position, 18, 19, and then later on after I left the Marines, was to really just move all distractions out of the way and have a real sort of honest conversation with myself. What is it I'm really passionate about? What is it I really want to achieve? What is it that I really want to attack? Like, ignoring what my family want, ignoring what my friends say I should do or what society says I should do. What is it that I really feel called to do? And once you've really found that calling, then you can really press in on it. It's only at that point do you then make that plan, a plan that is achievable, a plan that's actually going to get you where you want to be, and one that can actually be implemented. Now, a big thing for this is not doing this at like 2 a.m. because for some reason you get all like emotional and really like hyped up maybe at that time, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered with that plan. So a big rule for this is doing this when you wake up, when you've got no motivation, when you're not feeling all like buzzing, at midnight or whatever it is, and really sitting down and attacking this. It's really important. I think it's really important for men to have a mission. Men without a mission just end up on COD. And you see so many 30, 40, 50-year-olds who look back and they regret the time they haven't invested in actually pushing where they should be. Now, guys, this is one of two things. Fear of failure is a big one. I don't want to try anything because if I fail, then, it's a disaster. But also that fear of success. Well, what if I actually do become successful in this, but the amount of work that's actually going to require to get there, it feels so far off that I almost even don't want to even give it a go. But these two things are going to really set you back. There's plenty of guys. I remember a saying when I was first trying to join the Royal Marines, and it was, what one man can do, another man can do. And that really sort of like brought this green beret target that felt so far away from me back to reality. It's like, well, yeah, like thousands and thousands of blokes have done this before me. I can't be the worst bloke going into training who's ever got a green beret. Like, surely there's lads who have joined training who are worse than me and obtained their green beret. So that made it an obtainable thing for me. It's the same as you. What's your goal? Like, is it an ultra marathon? Is it, 100 grand salary? Is it to join the Royal Marines? What is it? And I guarantee there's people who are in a worse position than you who have gone on to achieve it. So that makes it a level playing field in a way, doesn't it? And just backing yourself once you've sort of planned that goal to go for it. Want to move on a little bit now to nutrition. So a lot of guys struggle with their nutrition, don't know what to eat, don't know when to eat, don't know, I want to lose a little bit of weight or I want to gain a bit of weight. And just there's so much nonsense out there on social media these days. It's very hard to know who to trust. But I want to just bring it down and make it really simple. It all comes down to energy balance. Whether you're looking to gain weight or lose weight, it comes down to calories. If I'm burning 3,000 calories a day and I want to gain weight, I have to eat more than 3,000 calories a day to gain weight. Same as if I want to lose weight. If I'm burning 3,000 calories, I have to eat less than 3,000 calories a day in order to lose the weight. Very similar to filling your car up with petrol. If you fill it to the brim, which has a 500-mile range, and you only burn 250 miles, you've still got 250 miles left in the tank. Whereas if you drive 500 miles, there's nothing left in the tank. And so obviously we're not a car, so a car can't pull on other reserves, whereas ours can. Ours pulls on fat and glycogen and different areas of the body. And so that's how you lose weight and that's how you gain weight. Don't let these charlatans sell you their fat loss products and all that. Most fat burners are just caffeine, which spikes your heart rate, makes you burn a bit more calories. You can just drink a black coffee and go for a run instead. Sleep is a massive thing. Something that I'll be really honest with you, I've always been pretty poor at. And joining the Royal Marines and going on ops and being in a heightened situation, it just expanded this issue for me. And it's something now I'm 34, I'm really trying to work on, really trying to break some habits from the past. But sleep is a superpower, it's a super drug. If it was bottled, it would honestly be a banned substance. So get your sleep in. Try and get your phone away early. Try and turn off all the screens and just read a book and get back to that. You know, I've become much dumber since I've been on my phone more. 10 years ago, I didn't. I binned off my iPhone. I remember I got to the door, threw it out the window. Not threw it out the window. Threw it out the door, and it smashed on the street. I was just done with social media. I was done with iPhones and that. And I went back to a Nokia for like 2 years. And in that time, I really got into reading books and history, World War II. We even went traveling around Europe, doing, went to Berlin and learned more about World War II and things like that. And I became way cleverer, wiser as well. Started playing chess and all these things and stuff. And it was amazing. Just getting rid of that thing in my hand helped me to open up my world. Think how much time you spend on the Xbox, PS5 or 4 or whatever it is now, I don't even know, iPhone, social media, watching TV, internet, Netflix, all that stuff. Get rid of all those distractions, and that time you had available for training, for family, for exploring, for reading, for gaining wisdom in other areas. You'd be like gaining new skills, boxing, judo, uh, BJJ, guitar, whatever it is. You'd be like a different person. And so uh, try and cut down on your devices. Try and cut it down before bedtime, and you'll sleep a lot better. Blackout blinds, just blacking out the room, is a great one for me. My wife likes a sound machine. It's like torture to me. But whatever it is that you need to get a better night's sleep, you are going to be a much better athlete, and you're going to be a lot more cognitively functional and aware. So it's a massive one. Have a bit of confidence, guys. You might have been bullied at school. You might have struggled with fitting into social groups at school or university or wherever it is. Back yourself. Once you come out of that school environment, it's a level playing field. Everyone's in the big wide world now. No one now has like, oh, I'm captain of the football team, so I can sort of dominate you or whatever. Like, all those things are gone, and you can create what you want to create in this world. It's a big world out there. It's only getting smaller because of travel. You know, if you want to go and live in Tonga, crack on. If you want to go and live in France, crack on. You can do all these things. So have some confidence, back yourself. Don't get to 40 or 50 and look back and go, flipping heck, I never backed myself. I played it safe. I was in that 9 to 5 job, or I never left the first job I got because I didn't want to, the fear of failing. Back yourself 100%. If you need help with this, drop me a message. Work with young men exactly on this subject, getting them to get to that next level in their life. Now, on that, your money, your bank account, your job, your car, your house, these things don't define you. You're not defined by these things, right? So when I watch social media and I see these people and they think they're above you because they're driving a Bugatti or in a massive house or whatever it is, it doesn't make them better than you. It makes them, maybe they're better at business than you. Maybe they've found a way of making money, but it doesn't mean that the rest of their life isn't a mess. You know, we only have to look at some of the top sportsmen in the world. Let's use Mayweather, for instance, or David Goggins. You know, David Goggins is very successful in the area that he's been successful in, but I'm sure he's left a train wreck behind him in marriages and things like that, you know? And that's not me judging him, but it's just like, yeah, you're successful in that area, but you're a mess in this area. Like, when I look at his life, I don't want his life, because look at the mess. Like, my family is way more important to me than business and money and social, fame and things like that. So never look at someone else and feel like they are ahead of you. They might be in one aspect, but it doesn't mean they are in a whole area of their life. So back yourself, risk it. Look, this life's only like 8 years at the most. Risk it, risk it and go for it. If it doesn't work out, boom, try something else. You can always go back to that job you had, or go back to working in the supermarket, or whatever it is. Risk it. Don't get to 50 and 60 and have played it safe. That's probably enough rambling for today, but hopefully some of those points help you in the area you're in. If you've got any questions, or you want to message me or whatever and share a bit of your story, just drop me a message on Instagram. I always like talking to people and guys on this platform. Yeah, I enjoy it. So, legend. Nice one, guys.